ProWritingAid is a spelling and grammar checker and a style editor, and one of my favorite features is the document summary, which gives me an overview of my spelling, my grammar, my style, and gives it a score out of 100 to see where I could possibly improve. It's a great overview of my writing. I was playing around with it the other day and I thought, I wonder how my writing compares to, the great English writers of the world, the Hemingways, the Salingers, the Dickens. And I thought, wait a second, I wonder how their writing compares to each other. Then I imagined what it would be like if they were in some sort of playoff bracket. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're pitting 16 of English's greatest writers, and we're putting them through the ProWritingAid document summary tool and seeing who comes out as champion. And we'll be judging them on the opening paragraphs of their, masterpiece novel. What I assume, I Google really quickly, what I assume to be their masterpiece work. How are we defining a paragraph? I'm defining a paragraph as a series of connected sentences with a central idea or topic. Therefore, if the first paragraph is of dialogue, for example, and it's quite short, maybe like 3 to 5 words, I can add on to it until the sequence is complete. So a paragraph in this competition can have more than one paragraph breaks, is what I'm trying to say. Take this first part of Great Gatsby, for example. Yeah, it's 2 breaks. All right, now you know. Let's get the competition started. Let's introduce our competitors. First off, I consider him to be one of the favorites of this competition, Ernest Hemingway. The book representing him will be The Old Man and the Sea. He will be up against, in the first round, J.D. Salinger. And of course, the book representing him will be The Catcher in the Rye. Then, third, F. Scott Fitzgerald with his classic, The Great Gatsby. Next, George Orwell. He will be against Fitzgerald with his piece, 1984. Next off, we have the First Lady of the competition, Virginia Woolf, with Mrs. Dalloway. And she'll be against Jane Austen with Pride and Prejudice. Moving down this playoff bracket, we have Stephen King with The Stand. And he'll be up against Mark Twain with The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Alright, onto the other side, we have Charles Dickens with Great Expectations. He'll be up against John Steinbeck with The Grapes of Wrath. This one I'm very interested in. This is 2 fantasy titans up against each other. It's J.R.R. Tolkien with The Lord of the Ring up against George R.R. Martin with Game of Thrones. Next up, we have J.K. Rowling with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone up against Agatha Christie with The Murder on the Orient Express. Finally, the last bracket, we have Kurt Vonnegut with Slaughterhouse-Five up against Oscar Wilde with a picture of Dorian Gray. Alright, this is gonna be intense. Who do you think will win this championship? Who do you think will get on to be the best one? Alright, let's get to it. First round. First round, we have Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea, up against J.D. Salinger, The Catcher in the Rye. Let's do it. Let's throw in the first paragraph for The Old Man and the Sea, and let's see what he gets here. 78 overall. 78 out of 100. It appears that he has lost some marks for grammar, for spelling, style. Ernest Hemingway, classic, usually pretty perfect. We'll just quickly go down here and see that he had 2 overused words. Some of his sentence length is a little longer than what ProWritingAid would recommend. For the sake of time and this competition, I won't go through it. I'll go through it a little longer in this first one, but I might just give you a quick flash of what the results are. Ernest Hemingway, 78. Let's look at J.D. Salinger. Let's see what he's got for The Catcher in Rye and see if he's able to beat that 78.66. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Where he did get 100% on spelling, Salinger did lose significant mark in grammar and style. Ernest Hemingway has just beat J.D. Salinger in the first round, and we'll be moving on to the second. Alright, next up it is Fitzgerald versus George Orwell. Let's see what happens. Fitzgerald goes first. The Great Gatsby gets here. Whew. That's gonna sting. That's gonna sting. I don't know if that's gonna make it. 56. Lost a lot of points in grammar and lost a lot of points in style. 26 points in style. Wow. Is The Great Gatsby really that great? I'm not sure. Let's see how George Orwell did. 1984. Can he beat the, 56 points and move him on to the second round? Let's see here. There it is. 81. He only lost a bit of point. Perfect in grammar, perfect in spelling. However, style. There you go. Congratulations. George Orwell moving on to the second round there. Alright, now we are down here with Virginia Woolf versus Jane Austen. Let's go with Virginia Woolf with Mrs. Dalloway. One of those. I've never read Mrs. Dalloway. Maybe I will. We'll see how it does. Perfect score. Perfect score. This really puts Jane Austen in a tight spot. Mrs. Dalloway, first paragraph is perfect in ProWritingAid's opinion. Alright, Jane Austen in a tight spot. Virginia Woolf just got 100. In case it's necessary, they'll go into some sort of sudden death round, which they'll keep going until someone gets a higher score. That's how we're going to do it. So Jane Austen right now needs 100 to stay in the game. Let's see if they could do it. Pride and Prejudice. Come on, some pride. Nah, not gonna happen today. Not gonna happen today. Virginia Woolf will eliminate Jane Austen from this competition. Jane Austen received 77 points out of 100, losing a lot of it in the grammar category. Oh no, Jane, what happened here? 77 points for Jane Austen, very respectable, but not enough to beat Virginia Woolf today. So Virginia Woolf will advance, and we move on. Let's move on. Let's keep moving. Stephen King versus Mark Twain. That's it. All right, we'll start with Stephen King. He has written a lot of books. I picked The Stand. Let's see how it does. First paragraph, first dialogue section is how it starts. And 61 out of 100. I don't know if that's gonna do it. Grammar, lost a lot in grammar, significantly, and lost a lot in spelling. What Stephen King was graded on is a sequence of dialogue, and dialogue people often speak with inaccurate grammar, or like they speak funny, so the spelling is a little different. I think that's what ended up costing him today. That's too bad. It's too bad. How will Mark Twain do? Let's take a look right now. Tom Sawyer, fortunately, another sequence of dialogue. So I think this will be a very fair comparison between these two passages. 69! That's just enough. That's just enough to beat, Stephen King. Old Stevie King. I'm sorry. Mark Twain beat you. Where he did better is in the spelling. Spelling really launched him through, and the style enough to get him past. One of the things I like about ProWritingAid is this area, the sentence length, where it shows you how long each sentence is in a visual format to see the variations of your sentences. And all right, so congratulations, Mark. Moving on. So now we move to the other side, the Eastern Conference or whatever. On this side, we have Charles Dickens versus John Steinbeck. Let's get it started. Let's hear a round of applause for both these. We'll start with Dickens here with Great Expectations. 78 out of 100. Lost most of its point in the spelling category. Dang. Charles Dickens, 78 points. John Steinbeck, how are you gonna do? Grapes of Wrath, representing him. Let's see it. 85. There you go. There you go. I'm looking at all these different pictures of authors, and I think John Steinbeck, you look the best. That's not what we're measuring these people on, but John Steinbeck, you win. You look the best. There you go, John Steinbeck. Moving on to the next round. Congratulations. All right, here we go. Keep this train moving. Oh yeah, this one I've been looking forward to. J.R.R. Tolkien versus George R.R. Martin. All right, let's check it out. Tolkien, you go first with The Lord of the Ring. 53. As anticipated, I think it really suffered because of the fantasy element that it lives in. 30 on spelling and 30 on style. That's gonna hurt. 53. Another interesting aspect is the flesh reading score. This is a score of how easy it is for your work to be read. More than 60 is a good range. 53. Surely George R.R. Martin can beat that, right? With Game of Thrones? No! Oh no! 49. Oh. Wow. George R.R. Martin really choked on this one. He could have taken it. Like, once again, it's spelling that really suffers, and grammar really cost him. I think we were anticipating spelling to be an issue for these two, but something happened in the grammar section. If you want to win this ProWritingAid championship, don't be a fantasy writer, is what I'm suggesting. Anyways, Tolkien squeezes out a victory, moves on to the second round. Congratulations. All right, next up, J.K. Rowling versus Agatha Christie. J.K. Rowling, go first with Harry Potter. Let's check it out here. Another perfect score. This is gonna be hard to beat. I don't know if Agatha Christie can do this. Rowling with a really good start. Christie follows it up. Murder on the Orient Express. Let's see what she does here. Valiant, very good effort. 79 out of 100. It's not gonna do it today. Lost a lot in the style area, so congratulations, J.K. Rowling. Moving on to the next round. Finally, last one. In round one, we have Kurt Vonnegut versus Oscar Wilde. This should be a fun one. Two sort of comedic writers, I would categorize them in. Slaughterhouse-Five. Kurt Vonnegut goes first, and let's see how he does. 82. That is a really good score. That is a good score. Lost some points for style. Got 45 there. Kurt Vonnegut, very unique style. If you haven't read his book yet, I really recommend it. It's very different from literally every other author there is. He's one of a kind. Not really too much. A good score. Oscar Wilde, let's see how you do. Can Oscar Wilde move on to the second round of this ProWritingAid tournament? With the picture from Dorian Gray, first paragraph, and he does. He's gone and done it. Another perfect score. Another perfect score in the tournament. What can you say? Incredible. I was really cheering for Kurt Vonnegut too. I love Kurt Vonnegut, and this is huge. I think I would call this a huge upset. Just in my books. Huge upset. Picture of Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde. Moving on to the second round. Congratulations, everybody. First round. Well done. Cheers. All right, let's do it. Let's start second round. Okay, we move back to the top. Now we have Ernest Hemingway against George Orwell. This is a huge heavyweight battle. Old Man and the Sea, Ernest Hemingway. See what he gets here. Second paragraph. Lays it out right away. Second round. Ernest Hemingway really throws a big punch. Perfect score. So there you go. That's a really good score for Ernest Hemingway. George Orwell will need to really pull something. He needs 100 to throw this into sudden death. Let's see what he does here. 1984, second paragraph. It's a long one. 82. Just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. 82, lost a lot of points in style. That's it. There you go. 1984. Couldn't come up with the intensity it needed to go up against Ernest Hemingway. Crushing defeat. Crushing defeat right there. All right, so Ernest Hemingway will move on to the semifinals. How exciting. How exciting for Ernest Hemingway. Probably the most exciting thing he has done. All right, Virginia Woolf versus Mark Twain. This is a unique battle. I think these are kind of dark horses in this tournament right now. Kind of a little bit forgotten about. Stalloway. Also a long paragraph. This might be costly. Longer, I assume, tends to find more errors. 71. 71. I mean, just the way this competition is, it really does leave room for more things for it to check on. So a longer paragraph is a handicap. We're still fleshing out these rules to make it more fair, but you can't really do anything about that. 71, I'm not sure if that's enough to beat Mark Twain. I'm not sure if that's enough. Let's just keep moving then. All right, Mark Twain. Tom Sawyer. I was thinking of picking Huckleberry Finn, but I figured Tom Sawyer. Why not? What's the difference? That's huge. Perfect score. Another perfect score. That is the way to win it. Mark Twain really throws an uppercut, knocks out Virginia Woolf in the second round. That's how you do it. With Tom Sawyer. Maybe Huckleberry Finn wouldn't be able to do this, but it's done here. This will advance Mark Twain to the semifinal, and he will face Ernest Hemingway there. All right, next up we have John Steinbeck against J.R.R. Tolkien. John Steinbeck, the best looking one in this group. Grace of Wrath, let's see how it does. Summary. Second paragraphs, they're getting some good grades here, right? This is actually pretty amazing. I mean, we all know that these are some of the best writers that ever existed, best English writers in the world. So it's not much of a surprise to see them getting perfect scores, but in a competition like this, it could get kind of heated. I don't know, Tolkien just squeezed into the second round. I don't know if he could do this, but let's check it. Let's see, second paragraph in The Lord of the Rings can force this into sudden death overtime. 73, unfortunately not a great improvement from his first round. However, it would not be enough to beat the perfect score that John Steinbeck just presented to us. That was incredible. I'm just gonna keep going. This video is getting long. The tournament's getting long. Who knew? I was thinking of breaking it up, but then I was like, just finish it. Just finish the whole thing. All right, so John Steinbeck, congratulations. Moving on to the third round. Who will he face there? Will it be J.K. Rowling or will it be Oscar Wilde? Let's check it out here. J.K. Rowling goes first. Harry Potter, second paragraph. The Philosopher's Stones. Boy Who Lives. Oof. Ouch. Having gotten the perfect score in the first round and then getting 48 in the second round, that is going to be costly. That is going to be a big blow. I don't know if she's going to be able to recover from this. It's going to take a real meltdown on the Picture of Dorian Gray for her to get past. A lot of words in the second paragraph of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone that ProWritingAid doesn't recognize, and that's costly, among other things. Among style, it's gonna be tough. Oscar Wilde has it in the bag, I think. How is he gonna do it? Insult to injury right there. Perfect score, shows you how it's done. Everybody who gets through second round got a perfect score, and I think that's the way to do it. That's a killer instinct, right? Oscar Wilde will move on to the third round where he'll face John Steinbeck in the semifinals. All right, third round. This is huge. This is semifinals now. It's a shame to get this far and then get eliminated. I must say that. Anyways, Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain. These are two, legends here fighting it off. All right, Hemingway, Old Man at Sea. This part is a long passage. A lot to analyze here, and it is gonna be 76. Not as good as the perfect score he got in the second round, but I think it's a really respectable one. Tom Sawyer, I think it's very likely he could get a really high score here as well. So let's check it out. Mark Twain, Tom Sawyer. This one, to take him to the finals. What is it? Oh no! Oh, 45. That is a huge disappointment. I would say that's a choke. Mark Twain, Tom Sawyer, simply is not going to do it. Simply cannot beat Ernest Hemingway, and Ernest Hemingway will move on to the finals. Who is he going to face? John Steinbeck or Oscar Wilde? This is going to be thrilling. Steinbeck, a lot of praise for him and his rugged good looks. Enough weird boy crushing on John Steinbeck. Let's see how he does. Grapes of Wrath, third round. 84. That is a good score. That is a good score. I'm not confident though. Not confident in Steinbeck taking this one away. Lost some points in grammar. I think Oscar Wilde has a really good chance. It would be a huge upset. Who even thought of Oscar Wilde? This whole competition, right? He kind of just snuck in there. But he could do this. He could steal this one. But Picture of Dorian Gray, a classic. How does it do? Can it do it? Can it beat the 84 that John Steinbeck just got? 82. That is the closest. That's the closest margin yet. Holy, that is a tough one. Tough one to lose. Oh my. It's truly an inspiration. But we have our final. We do. We have Ernest Hemingway up against John Steinbeck. This is huge. This is, honestly, this is what I anticipated. This is what I hoped for. But I think these are two very, very respectable writers, and I think they're very deserving to be in the finals. But it's come down to this. Enough praise for both these guys. Very, very good getting to the final. Let's see what they could do now that they are here. First off, Ernest Hemingway, who has gone first in this whole competition, will go first one more time. That is a perfect score. That is huge. Way to throw out the big punch when it matters the most. Old Man and the Sea, 100 points in the finals. This might go into sudden death. Oh, John Steinbeck fans, I feel for you right now. I'm feeling for you. This is something to be concerned about. This is a really, really strong attempt to take home the championship right away. Just snag it. There might not even be a point. John Steinbeck might just forfeit right now. He's not. He's gonna give it his best shot. Grapes of Wrath to tie it. Oh, that's a shame. That's what I said. 66 out of 100. Got all the way here. Couldn't finish it up. Lost significantly in the spelling category, and grammar didn't help him out too much as well. He needed 100 points to throw it into a sudden death playoff. He could not do that. Ernest Hemingway, congratulations. Take home the championship. Confetti. The fireworks. Make it happen. Hey, there you go. Ernest Hemingway. Celebrate. You just won the first ProWritingAid. I don't even know what to call this. Writing Legend Championship, the first one. I would like to do more of these. These are kind of fun. Here he is with his trophy. So happy. It's nice to see Ernest Hemingway so happy after all he's been through. Old Man in the Sea, congratulations Ernest Hemingway. Congratulations to all the competitors. You've written really, really stellar work, and ProWritingAid proves it today that they're still, could still make it even better, right? It's never perfect. It's never perfect, even when you've written your masterpiece. Like I mentioned, this is not a sponsored post for ProWritingAid. I do like the product. It does help me out a lot. And if you do want to give it a try, check out the affiliate link at the bottom. If you enjoyed watching this, please let me know. I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun. It brings out the competitive spirit in me. And being a writer, you don't often get to be competitive, and I think this is a fun way to sort of express that. I had a good time. I hope you did too. If you want more writing tips, tricks, inspiration, ideas, feel free to follow my channel, subscribe. If you like this video, like it. If you want to see another famous writer being put through this whole complicated process, let me know in the comments as well. I love to hear from you. All right, have a good one. I'll see you guys soon.